Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's July 2nd, 2024. It's after lunch, and I need to decide which pieces of equipment, what attachments I'm going to use to start the progress of opening up access to where we're going to be digging the pond. So this is the roadway that we're always going down and going around to where the canal system is. And I want to go down to the back side of it, so I'm going to go down one of these two roads. I'm going to go down. There's one road right over there as well, but I'm going to go down this one. There is some erosion. I put this in, it was probably 3 years ago now. It's one of the vernal pools right over there. So just trying to decide which piece of equipment I'm going to need to start things down here. It's really wet right in here. So I want to be real careful going into this direction, going in here. So no wheeled tools in here. Going to have to use the Hulk with the track loader. We can see water's coming out. It's a little bit of a spring-fed vernal pool over there. So that's what's happening here, and I don't know how solid the ground is. So there's a lot of trees that could get pulled out of here. And I'm sure that there's rocks in here because I had a big brush pile in here before. So the rotary cutter on the front of the Hulk might be the best in this area here. Oh, I got a tree over here. Got one tree. And I got rocks and stumps and all down in here. So it looks like a cherry right here. So the tree puller on the green machine, the Avant 860i, that I could pull out and put up in one of the roads here. But it does start to drop off. There's a lot of rocks. The brush mower may work in here. Boy, it's all undulates. I don't know just how good this is in here. So the tree puller would be best for some of these smaller ones in here. And this is all rough. So this is one of the places I had the pile. Just trying to decide. And I really should use the bucket on the machine to try and smooth some of this stuff out. So I think I'll do is I'll get the Hulk. I'll come down with just the bucket on it. I won't put any other attachments on it yet. And just smooth out some of the areas that I think I can, test it out, see how wet it is. Because once you have like the brush cutter, the rotary brush cutter on there, that's a pretty big heavy piece of equipment out in the front and you don't want to get stuck with. It would slice and dice all this stuff up with ease. But boy, there's a nice deep pocket there. So, and the tree puller would work best with all of these small trees that the trip here that the beaver had chewed off. They're all over in here. But that's the canal system over there on the other side. I think I'll come down with the Hulk first, check it out, smooth things out as best as I can, then decide whether I put the tree puller on, come down with the green machine, the Avant 860i with the tree grabber. The tree grabber grabs like this, so you can pick up logs and all that are out in front of you or sideways. The tree puller grabs like this, it gets close to the ground and can get next to the root crown and pull the trees up and out. Yeah. Okay. Just part of my process of trying to decide which piece of equipment to use first based on what the mission is, and really have to survey things, and I just see maybe coming down first, testing the ground out with a bucket on the hulk, and just smoothing things out a bit, seeing what's sticking up. See if there's any more trees over there where the cherry is. You just don't want to do any more damage by not being aware that there's something there, or a precarious spot. And who knows what's in here. But the brush cutter, if it's solid ground, that'd be really nice to clear things up some. But okay, enough planning at this point. Let's see what we've got. I've been working down here with Elon, the excavator, and this is one of the roads that we put in several years ago. And I thought I'd show you right down here is probably one of the first wells on the property. So that's overflowing some. So that's a spring-fed well. And this is getting lower on the property. It's above the level of the ponds down here. But the water makes its way down here, and we built this road in, and on each side we're taking a lot of the woody debris and depositing it over here in the side, and this can all break down gradually. There's lots of it up over in there, and then gradually we'll put soil on top of it and reinforce all of these areas. We are changing the topography some because it's such a big ravine in here. There was a big ravine in here. We just fill it in, and we'll leave a couple of access roads coming down here in the future. But we'll fill it in with all the woody material. It'll break down over time and plant the trees right on top of these areas. So these are some of the places. I won't be packing much on this side because this is the natural way. The slope comes down here. The spring is right up there, and it makes its way down. And so we'll work our way right down here. So I decided to get Elon, the Takushi TB290 excavator, and reach in here, work my way in a little bit, and start grabbing some of these trees and shrubs and materials and all out of here. There's only a couple of, like this is an ash right here that could be used for firewood, but a lot of material that that's fallen over the years, and some over there that I haven't even gotten to that the beaver have dropped over in that section. And then I piled more material up over here, reached in there, pull out what I could do, trying to get it to the point where I can make an access path down into the area, but it's and without disturbing the soil very much at all, which is going to be a challenge. And then what I want to do is build little islands, soil, build it up as I do some excavation around a lot of these trees that I want to try and save. You know, a lot of these, that's a dead ash there, a couple of maples there that look pretty good. Got another dead ash here. So all of these we'll take out, but I didn't want to pile up too much at once. Take out the stuff that I can see. I use the Hulk first to smooth out a little bit down in here. And so I think what I'm going to do now is go up and get the green machine, the Avant 860i, grab onto a couple of these, bring them up. I better go get the chainsaw as well, so I can section some of these up so we can fill in some of the voids up here as we talked about a couple of moments ago. So that's the plan. All of this woody material, there's a couple pieces that I may use for firewood, but a lot of this will just be decomposed. We'll bury all this eventually and then plant trees on top of it, and clear the place out as best as we can of all the dead stuff, things that aren't going to survive. Now we will leave some of the dead trees out there in that area for perches and for nest sites as well, and for the insectivores. But these ash trees that are already beyond, there's no insects in them anymore. They're going to come down. So we'll make our way back up and either go get the green machine or get a chainsaw or both.
Painted body, you child, taintless heart displaced, eyes and mirrors unmeant, reflecting our space. Let me feel some hot dear. Blindness hidden in this pain. Friends will never be lost as we surrender to their games, as we surrender. Tales been told, still don't we grow. Humble hands shake low. Still don't we grow. Humble hands shake low. These souls we've sold, the kingdom we believe to own. Through salvation we may not find in these dungeons that we've grown. Soon there'll be none left to blame. Hindsight hides alongside shame. Friends will never be lost as we surrender to their games, as we surrender. Tales been told, so don't we grow. Humble hands shake low. Still don't we grow. Humble hands shake low. Shake low. Humble hands shake low. Humble hands shake low. Humble hands shake. Tales been told, still don't we grow. Humble hands shake low. Tales been told, still don't we grow. Humble hands shake low. Tales been told, still don't we grow. Humble hands shake low. Tales been told, still don't we grow. Humble hands shake low. 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 Still don't we grow. Humble hands shake low.
Well, it's after dinner and I'm done for the day working down here, but I thought I'd share with you what we did do. So I used the Hulk first, and I came down here with a bucket on the front of it and just sort of smoothed out some of the rough areas. So there's lots of rocks in here and all, and I was able to knock over some small trees and materials that were laying here with that. Then I went and got Elon, the excavator, and went in a ways and grabbed various small trees and stumps and larger trees and vines, and went in a little ways, as you can see. And I brought it all up pretty close to out to the outer edge here, where I could get at it with the Avant 860i, the green machine. But boy, I'll tell you, it is very, very wet in here. And the Avant just about got pretty stuck right here, but we made it out and all. So I'm going to have to modify my plan some to make more headway, because the water's still running. So we've got a spring-fed well up here, an old one, and that's working its way down, going through the vernal pools, and as you can see, it's working its way down in here, and that's just what accumulated over the last hour while I had dinner. And so what I'm going to have to do is modify my approach some, and make a try to make a path of least resistance for this to get down in there. But it's going to be tough. That'll take me a while to get down in there, because the beaver have dropped several trees. They're all crisscrossing each other down there, and then we've got a collage of various small trees between here and there, and I don't want to disrupt any of the soil around that nice maple right there. So that'll have to be put on hold for a little while, but that's working its way into this area and making it pretty wet over here. So I think what my first attempt, and over in here, let's walk over there a little ways. I don't know how much stuff I'll show. I did record some stuff when I was using Elon over here, but I looked at it when I was eating dinner, and it just seems real jerky, my moves and all, but we'll decide what I'm going to put in there. But you can see there's all these pockets of water, which are about the same level as the surface of the canal level over there. So I could easily get all my equipment stuck in here if I'm not really careful. So I think what I will do, and I don't want to lower the level of the water in the canals, and the water's draining out of the canals through the little spillway there, so that's running pretty regularly. But we'll walk around to the side here and see. So there's one of the channels that the beaver have made up into this area here to get to here, and we'll go around to the side over here where the road is. Gonna have to deal with this poplar one of these days. This is a pretty dangerous hanger right here. And the beaver have gone in, and they've gone ahead and girdled many of the trees in here, especially the poplars. I always go for those poplars, darn it. So I guess my thought is I may come over here next, try to move around amongst these dead trees, and my thought is coming in over here, leaving a little bit of a bridge of the soil right here where it is, so that I don't drain out of the canals, and excavate out over in this area here, and take some of the soil and build up my wall over here, since this is low right in here, going next to the wall, going next to the roadway there, And that's starting to solidify some, but we need several more days for that soil to dry up some. But I'll take out these couple of dead, well, the laying trees and some of the dead trees here, and maybe do some excavation in this area, make a nice low area. The water will fill in and hopefully drain some of the area up there. And I'll leave a little bit of a bridge here in this location so that the water doesn't come out of the canal and go into the big hole here. So I'll actually put a little more fill in there, and I can always go in there later on and take that out in the fall when things really start to fill up down here. But we'll see just how much actually does make its way down into here when I start excavating out. So see right here, so this is one of the channels that the beaver make all the way through here and all. And they dig out these little stumps. They'll kill the tree, use the wood there, and then, you know, the next year come through, excavate out, take the mud from there and build more of their dams. So they use all this material. You could see some of these trees have just about got ready to drop. And I want to save as many as we can save. But maybe coming in here, being real careful around some of these trees that are about ready to fall over. Move some of this material out. Move the material over to a certain point, then redistribute it over there. But take out the trees that are going to get in the way for me doing the excavation work. And then I could at least excavate out this area right in here. So the thing is, you don't want to excavate out an area that you can't get to afterwards. Because if you got a big pond right here that I've just dug out and it fills up, and I've got land over in here, we really want to make sure that the spots that we're going to are getting access to. Hopefully that makes sense. And I do want to put some more soil definitely around this tree, this big maple here. That one's still viable, and I really want to make it a much larger island around that one. So I don't know if I do that area first. Maybe it'll dry up enough that I could come down in here and do this area next. Those are my thoughts at this point. Subject to change at any point. But you know, the goal is always trying to approach it so that you're going to excavate in an area that you don't need to cross that area in order to get to another spot to excavate as well. And when you leave these little temporary dam walls that I create, let's say I'm going to create a dam wall right over here, you want to be able to get in, and let's say I excavate out this whole area. I really want to be able to get access to that dam wall so I can open it up when the water level's high, remove the dam wall, and then we have a free flowing going around the whole area. Now it can be all different elevations, and that's absolutely fine. The depths of the water there as well. And that maple there looks pretty good, so I'd like to try and save that one. They haven't girdled that. These ash here, all of these can come out. And this cherry's dead. That's right, they girdled this one. It's all poison ivy up, no, grapevines up in this one. So those are my thoughts. The beaver have already said they want this whole area to be part of their pond system. And so we'll dig it at different levels. We don't have to have it all deep. We can have areas that are relatively shallow so that different plants can grow at different levels in the pond. So those are my thoughts after finding out how wet things are and not really anticipating things are going to dry up that much, depending on how the weather turns and all. So that's my tentative plan at this point. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. And stay safe, take good care of yourselves, and enjoy the beautiful summer weather. Take care now. Bye-bye.